Hi guys, right, we've got a new camera today. The point of it is, let's get a bit closer. I can play videos and it focuses them. So I'm going to just try it. See how we get on. I might turn that light on just to see how, if it just brightens up the room a bit. We're a little bit overcast. Oh, look. Okay, now the only annoying thing about this camera is that it doesn't like very bright lights, so we'll just see. No, I won't leave that on. I'll just we'll just muddle through with it because I want to play a few videos, and the bit's dark but not overly. Okay, so should we face you? Okay, look, got my quiff going on today. Oh, right. Welcome. Let's get this. So it's Linda. Hi, Linda. How are you? I hope you're well. Hi, Jane. Now, let me just post it that we're live. I'm just going to get this laptop in a place where, right, I'm just setting up. So I'm going to say we're live to everyone. How is everyone? Let's give people a few minutes to get on. I've had so much good stuff sent to me today. Like, you guys are on it today.
This is Elvis Photos. Welcome back to another video.
Okay, so I'm going to go on to the Defending Elvis Facebook. So just in case you don't know, guys, we've got Defending Elvis Presley Facebook. There's a 24-hour chat on there, which you can all join, by the way. I'll just put we're live. Now, some of you do miss the lives. You don't get notified properly, which annoys me because I know how much it means to you. Yep, I'm very well, Linda. I've had a brilliant morning. I hope you guys have had a good morning. Have you got your coffees ready? Shouldn't get any interruptions today. Yes, guys, I'm at home in my kitchen. My name's Louis. We're called Defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. Sometimes the dogs bark. Sometimes the kids climb on me. Sometimes my wife walks past me with that get off the PC look on her face. But overall, we have a bit of fun. There we go. The dog wants to be let out. So the fact that I like to think that the fact that I'm at home, go on then. That was Princess, our dog. I like to think, guys, that the fact that we just do a daily show, whether it's in my kitchen or in my lounge, sometimes when I'm walking the dogs, makes me like you. Yeah, I feel like one of you guys. Yeah, I could be sat in your lounge, in your kitchen. We could be going for a dog walk together. I'm just one of you. I'm no expert. I'm no researcher. I'm no like guru of Elvis. I'm just a fan who has loved Elvis since I was 4 years old. Yeah, over 50 years. I'm 57. I just feel like one of you guys. So we're just sat together having a chat over a coffee. That's really what we're doing, isn't it? Or a cup of tea. Your house is a nut house. Well, that's something we've definitely got in common, Linda. I'm not going to lie, guys. Because I make so many live streams, sometimes it annoys my wife or my son or my daughter. It does. I try and laugh it off. Yeah. So let's just make sure I've told the people on the chats. Told them we're live. We're live. Right. Okay. Now I know that even though I notify you guys that we're going live, I know that sometimes you lot miss it and you get quite upset. I'll tell Melissa. Melissa's been messaging me this morning. Melissa has been messaging me about Linda Thompson. She's found some interesting comments in sections of her book that she's not happy with Linda Thompson. So I understand that. I get it. Linda Thompson, I like her. I've got a lot of nice things to say about Linda, but she has said things that she should have left out. I do think that. But haven't they all? Don't they all say things they should have left out? Okay, I think I've told everyone. Now let me just, Deborah, I know there's two people that always seem to miss it, Colleen and Deborah. So I'm going to message, actually I'll message Rose Finney as well. Rose, thank you for your amazing things that you send me. Let's mention Deborah. We're live, right? It's just a few of you. For some reason, you just don't get the notifications. I think we'll tell Elaine. Who else we got here? Let me just go through the list of. Here's Colleen. I'll just tell Colleen. I just think the notification thing, for some reason, just doesn't work very well, does it? Is it Jean? Should we tell Jean? Hi, Jean. I hope I haven't woke you. Obviously, a lot of you are in America. We have about 20% of you are in the UK. We have quite a large amount of you in Australia and Canada. 45% of you are in the States. I'm just lucky. You're all over the world, guys. You're all over. We've got Marta. I'm not exactly sure what country Marta's from, but Marta, I love your comments. I was going to read one of your comments today. All right, did I wake? Right, Deborah, did I wake you? So I know you keep missing them. I love Deborah, and let's tell Lorraine. Now, Lorraine, I have promised I'm going to read one of her comments. Lorraine sent me a very long comment. Now, Lorraine Roberts, some of you know her as Lorraine Chappell. She's a very, very passionate defender of Elvis, and of Lisa, yeah, of Lisa Marie. Now, she's full on, yeah. She sends me a lot of information. She's very headstrong, but we need people like Lorraine. Now, Lorraine isn't for everyone. Sometimes she goes a little bit too far, but I like Lorraine. I have a lot of time for Lorraine. Lorraine Chappell, Lorraine Roberts. She has her own Facebook as well. And I see past the fact that sometimes she can be too passionate. I say that politely. I see past that. We need more Lorraines to defend Elvis. We do. So I promised her that I'm going to read her comment, which I will. But hi, Rebecca. Hope you're well. I've also had a beautiful email from CSK, from Chrissa. I call her Chrissy and Chrissa. Her father called her Chrissy. Her real name is Chrissa. CKC Design. I had a lovely email from her. And I'll read it to you in a second, guys. Now, I'm in no rush. I'm giving people a chance to join us. I know many of you are asleep, so if you're waking up later in America, good morning. In any country where the time zone is upside down, good morning. It's 9:41 a.m. in the UK, and we're going to have a nice chat and a coffee. So if you've just woken up in America, get yourself a coffee or a tea, and you can. We got over an hour of chatting to do here. Right, a couple of things, and let me just put some more hot water in my coffee. Right, if you're done, I want to shut this door. Thank you, guys. Let's get the coffee going. We need the coffee. Right. All right. Okay. Right. We need the coffee, guys. So I'm going to sort of set the mood before I do anything. I've got a few things to play. First of all, I was going to play. So, Lorraine, I'm going to read your comment. I've got a few different things I'm going to read. Let's have a look where we are. Yeah, Jane, you must have your coffee. Now, actually, is there any other people? Now, Diana likes to be reminded, I think. Diana always sends me great stuff. Let's tell Diana we're live. I just think, like, for some reason it isn't telling you guys, is it? It's not. Who else? Let's tell Philomena. Philomena sent me a brilliant video this morning. A Lisa Marie video where she speaks to her audience. I want to play that as well. Let's have a little look through the people that like to watch and are, for some reason, are not being notified. So I'm going to just do a few more of you. We got Pat. So Emily's joined us. Hi, Emily. So if guys connect with each other, yeah, connect with each other and let each other know when we go live, because we are having a problem here where not everyone is being told. So if any of you are like Facebook friended with any of our other defenders of Elvis, Team Elvis, yeah, please message them. They could be asleep. Let's wake them up. We've even got Dave Hebler is on our chat, which I think is very interesting. Let's tell Renee, shall we? Oh, Renee's on. Hi, Renee. Now, Renee sent me a nice comment about my video I posted this morning. And we know Renee has an amazing YouTube Elvis defending channel, but not just Elvis. Renee's channel is a bit different. It's not just Elvis defending. It's also just telling the story. His latest video, I watched it this morning, was excellent. Go over there. Check out Renee on Hidden Minds. Renee's getting very comfortable with chatting whilst making videos. You're starting to get it, aren't you, Renee? You're starting to get very relaxed and comfortable with talking whilst introducing people to the subject of your video. I think you're doing brilliant, my friend. We got Rio in the background. My son, he's off to college. He's 16. He's doing a business degree. Yeah, Rio? Yeah, business degree. Okay. Should we just? Is there anyone else we should remind, guys? You tell me. Are there any other names that we should remind? No, you're much better, Renee. Much better. Let's have a look. Here we are, Natalie. Should we tell Natalie? A lot of you go on the chats. Should we go on the chat and just see who's on there? You can see I'm not rushing, guys. We'll go on the chat and we'll just see. We can tell people naughty, naughty. You guys posted some, our 24-hour chat, the stuff you're posting, you're literally posting loads of stuff here. Look at that for a grin. Love it. Alan, should we try and copy it? There we go. This is on the chat. Look. You guys. Yeah, baby. Shall I put a jumpsuit on and start doing it? There we go. This is all on our 24-hour chat. Hi, Philomena. Did I wake you? I was trying to make sure everyone's awake, Philomena, sending everyone messages, giving people a chance to join us. I'm just going through some of your pictures on the chat. Look, Ginger Alden. Is that Joe Esposito? Obviously Elvis must be 77, yeah? Just great stuff. This guys, if any of you are new to Defending Elvis Presley, fans want the truth, 100% go on just join Defending Elvis Presley, the Facebook page, and get on this chat. You're going to learn so much. Now, Right. So yeah, because a couple of you mentioned Shauna's stuff to me. You know, I fully support Shauna, guys. Let's be kind to her. I don't think it's right what's happening with her. In my mind, she's being bullied. So no negative stuff, please. Let's keep it positive and friendly, and let's give the girl some support. She needs it. Let's have a look. I did a video this morning. Now, Elaine sent it me. Elaine's probably fast asleep. Elaine, are you fast asleep? She probably is. I'm going to play it. Now's a good time to make a cup of tea, guys, because it's 3 minutes long. Elaine sent it me. I had seen this in small clips, but I'd never seen the full length of it, which is why I liked it. So we're going to play it. It gives you a chance to make a cup of tea. And then I want to go through some things that you've sent me. I want to read out Lorraine's very long comment, I think worth reading out. So I did have one comment from Nicola. Nicola, are you there? Nicola, there are 2 people now say to me to not review the Priscilla book, you know, Elvis and Me, because they feel that it's promoting Priscilla's book. But I understand where you're coming from. You know, Nicola, who was the other one that said it to me? Oh yeah, Poussin, Lucette. I know your point, but come on. If I didn't use this book to defend Elvis, I'd be throwing away 80% of the ammunition I need to defend Elvis, because there's so much in this book that helps me defend him. So I have to weigh it up. Do I keep using this book and increase sales, you know, promote Priscilla's book, or do I stop using it, which means everything in this book I can't use to defend Elvis? And this book has so much in it. I could dedicate my whole channel to this book, exposing, in my opinion, the lies. Now remember, Ria, shut that door because I can hear the phone. Sorry. Remember that this book, yeah, has thousands of things in it that I can use to defend Elvis. So I have to use this book. So Nicola, I apologize if it annoys you, and Lucette, I don't feel I have a choice, but I do respectfully understand where you're coming from. Now, let's get started properly. We are defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. This is our opinions. This is Team Elvis's opinions. How can I say it? It is for entertainment of this YouTube channel. Yeah, that's everything that I say in this whole hour, whatever it's going to be, is for entertainment purposes. Yeah, so you get what I'm saying, guys. Right, let me just play this. Okay.
That examination is not going to affect them at all. I mean, in other words, the draft board doesn't know either exactly. It's according to the amount of volunteers they have. You think it possibly be 2 months, 3 months? I have no idea, sir. All I know is that whenever they call, I'm ready.
Hi guys, it's Louis in the UK. The name of my channel is Defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. Defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. We've only really been going for about 5 months as Defending Elvis Presley. We have Team Elvis who helps us defend Elvis Presley, and Elaine sent me this amazing black and white footage of Elvis looking his best. I really think that this is the Elvis that we all fell in love with and remember fondly. No matter how much he changed over the decades, isn't this the Elvis that captured our heart, that we connected to?
feel that in this beautiful footage, rare footage, that Elvis, the original Elvis, unaffected by fame, and probably no idea just how much fame was going to change him. No idea just how famous he would go on to become. Even more famous. At this point, he had already made movies, was already the biggest best-selling rock and roll singer in the world. His movies, massive box office hits, but he still would go on to become even bigger and bigger and loved in every country in the world. Little did he know that he would still be remembered nearly 17 years after this footage. We still love him, and we're here to defend him against all the lies that have been said about him for over 50 years. Thanks, guys. Take care.
Love it. Love it. Now, I had a beautiful email from CKC Designs, which is Chrissa. So her name is Chrissa. Her father called her Chrissy. I like to call her Chrissy. A beautiful email. And she did ask me a question, and I'm going to answer the question now. She wants me to make some shorts using some of the wrong things that was said, some of the lies that was said in the Barbara Walters interview. And we're only up to part 4 of it, aren't we? We've still got more of that to cover. She wants me to create some shorts because she thinks the shorts could really help defend Elvis. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go through, pick out a few bits. Remember, shorts can only be a minute long, and the shorts do get a much wider audience. They do, and you get more subscribers with shorts. I've sort of drifted away from the shorts, and I've been concentrating on the live streams for about 5 months now. You've noticed I've started posting some of the lives on the video channel. So yes, Chrissa, I'm definitely going to do that. Now, I wanted to read out Chris's email. Oh, thanks, Philomena. It was, yeah, do you know what? I made that this morning. It was Elaine that sent it me. And instantly I was like, oh, I like that. I want to do something with it. And then I listened to it. I played it back. I actually felt, when I watched it back, I actually felt a bit emotional. Because what was I really saying in that video I just played you guys? I was basically saying that, look, it's like nearly 70 years. We still love him. He still has millions of fans. I was also saying that Elvis, 1956, 57, yeah, 58, yeah, that Elvis, almost pre-army Elvis. There was just something special about him that really beamed out to us. I know that obviously for me, I grew up in the 70s, but I can still look back on that footage in the 50s. I forget the name of that girlfriend. I know it wasn't Anita Wood. I do know the girl because I've done a video about her, but I'm forgetting her name. If any of you remember her name. But, when you see Elvis, he literally looks like a teenager. How old would he have been then? Let's work it out. If it's 58. So what's it? Let me just. Was he 19, 20, 21? You guys tell me how old you think. 22 maybe, 23 at the oldest. How old would he have been in that footage? It's just something about the way that Elvis came across in those early You got the early TV appearances and these early videos, and there is something different in Elvis then. There's something different, and I completely understand the sort of magnetism that he had, that he was infectious. You couldn't wait to watch him again on TV. You think about it, growing up in the 50s, seeing that kind of footage on news clips, in magazines, on the tabloids. Elvis just had this aura that came across when he was very young, you know, almost a teenager into his early 20s. And I think it's that magic. Way back then, right at the beginning, even though he'd had fame, he'd made a few movies, he was massive record sales around the world. There's just something I can't put my finger on it. There was some kind of electricity, some kind of spiritual connection, almost some kind of transformation. So between Elvis and us, the public, the viewers, the fans, there was something changed in us. Yeah, so I felt different. I remember when I first discovered Elvis, I just felt different. I was like, I'm not the same anymore. I know it's different for women than it is for boys, men. So from a man's point of view, it's very much, oh, I'd like to be like you. Do the hair, dress, turn the collar up, the way you talk, the personality, the charm, the look in the eyes, the squint in the eyes that he had, that lovely glisten he had when you got eye contact with him. But the women, it was completely different. All of the same things, but obviously the sexiest man on the planet, you know, a dream boyfriend. And I just think that all of us, the first time we discovered Elvis, were changed for the rest of our lives, male and female. And we still feel that essence now. We still feel it. It's there with us, almost like a companion. And that's why, yeah, Elvis Presley was hot, Diana. But that is why now, 70 years after that footage, yeah, 47 years after Elvis passed, we ain't changed, have we? We're big kids. Look at me with my quiff. I'm like 57 years old. I got a quiff. I put on an Elvis film and Elvis is doing his thing, yeah. I start doing my thing in front of my kids. I start moving around like Elvis. 57 years old in front of my kids. They're like, Dad, what are you doing? Dad, last night I picked up my kids. We were dancing to an Elvis song. I picked them both up and we were dancing to Elvis and they were giggling and laughing and they were loving it, yeah. I couldn't stop myself. It was funny. Does any of you remember the old lemon popsicles? I know they're a little bit naughty. Do any of you remember the lemon popsicles? It was like a foreign teenage type films. I know they're a little bit rude, but the reason I love them is because it was all rock and roll music all the way through it. Different ballads, different fast rock and roll tunes all the way through it. That's why I love them. It wasn't because of the naughty bits. Lemon popsicle. Do any of you remember it? Let me show you their picture, actually. We're just chatting, guys. We're just chatting. Please don't judge me when I show you these guys, because I know that they were a bit naughty. But forget the naughtiness, yeah? It wasn't the naughtiness. It was... Here we go. I'll show you the picture. It wasn't the naughtiness, guys. It was the rock and roll music. It was like when I was in my teenage years, there wasn't much rock and roll stuff that was being made to relate to. Obviously, Grease came a bit later. Do any of you remember these guys? Yeah, just that he's got the quiff on there. I just, you know, when you're into Elvis, when you're into all rock, anything rock and roll, I liked. Yeah, anything that played rock and roll music stood out to me. You know, I loved James Dean, Rebel Without a Cause. Yeah, they're all doing the hair, the Arrington red jacket, anything like that. Even I think there was Marlon Brando. What was that film called where he's in his leathers on his bike? Yeah, was it called The Wild One? Just anything like that got my attention. Yeah, even though it was decades earlier, because obviously I grew up in the 70s and 80s, so a lot of these films are from like the 50s, the 60s. I still love them. You know, you guys know I love the Beatles. Yeah, anything the Beatles. Wow, loved it. So don't block me, but I was watching a channel last night about Pastor Bob Joyce. Has anyone else seen it? What's it go? Do you know what? No offense, Sandra, but I'm not interested in Bob Joyce. I want to, you know, I won't be rude about him, but it doesn't interest me. We have a subject today, but Sandra, I hope you're well. Let's have a look. Right, okay. Next thing, I'm going to read Chrissy's email, and then we're going to read Lorraine's. So I took a picture. Chrissy, I hope you don't mind me reading this out. Now, Chrissy has been so kind to me. Yeah, she emailed me last night asking if I would make some shorts with Barbara Walters just to sort of defend Elvis on shorts, which I think is a good idea. I'm definitely going to do it. So let's have a look. Right, dear Louis, this is CKC Design. This is Chrissa. Okay. Trying to get caught up with all your daily live streams. Now, I know you guys. Look, Marta's just sent me a message. Let me tell Marta we're live. We're live now. Let me just tell Marta. Right, let's go back. Sorry, I wanted to tell Marta because Marta almost never joins us. Yeah, we love, yeah. Don't worry, Sandra. Don't worry. Believe it or not, he's actually on my friends. Right, Sandra, you know I love you. Right, so let's go back to Chrissy's letter. I'm waffling a bit this morning, guys, because I know I'm not in a rush. Yeah, I've got all the time in the world. Do you remember that off Time Machine, the film Time Machine? All the time in the world. Let's get it. Let's get it. Okay. Trying to get caught up with your daily live streams. Now, I know, guys, a lot of you are always trying to play catch up because I'm doing a couple of hours a day, aren't I? Maybe longer. So many of you are busy. Many of you are working. Many of you have family and grandkids and just have busy lives. So you spend a lot of time trying to catch up with the live streams, don't you? So thank you so much for trying to catch up with these live streams. Yeah. Okay. So caught 10 minutes of your last live stream. Great job. Sending you this short video to review. I'll check the video in a second, guys. In my opinion, Priscilla's actions have been right. Right. What's the matter? Where's Princess? All right, she wants to go outside. Let me let the dog out a minute. Go on then. Right. Don't forget, guys, we're in my kitchen having a coffee together. The dog's going to bark, and my son's going to be in the background, and my wife's going to walk past me and give me dirty looks, usual. Yeah. No, you can, Sue. You can watch the comments. Yeah. See, many of you don't know this. Now, Sue has just said, "I wish I could see the comments when I watch catch up." You can. You go to the live stream. You click on the live. You click on the video, and there's two little black dots where the comments are. Let's see if I can do it. Right. Well, just let the dog out, please. Right. So there's two little. I'm going to click on one for you guys. Right. So let's just pick any one. Pause it. Now look. Can you see? Let's focus. See the black dots. Let's get my finger in the right place. The black dot. There. There. Two black dots. See them? Now you can. Let's have a look. Let me just. What you do. Let's just see if we can do it. What you do, you scroll to the second black dot. See the black dot? Then you click on it. It does take a few seconds to load up. I don't know if it's going to do it now. And it will load the comments of the live. Yeah, so you can. I mean, it's not doing it at the moment, but you definitely can watch the conversation. Let me just try one more, see if it works for me. Yeah, a lot of people don't know. Now, I will say this, guys, it doesn't always work. So let's see if I can find one that's going to work. Right, let's pause that one. Right, so scroll across. Yeah, I think you've got to have good internet. At the moment, it's not working, but it does work because I read the comments all the time. So try it, guys. Oh, I need more hot water. Hot water. Right, okay, warm that up. We must have coffee that lasts. Okay, right, we'll sort it. Grab me coffee. How many times can you reheat a coffee? 10, I reckon. Let's check your comments. Yes, my home life. Yes. It's tough, guys. It's like 5 kids. It can get amusing. Let's carry on reading let's carry on reading Chrissy's email. It has a very nice ending, this email. A very generous ending. So I know a lot of you guys spend a lot of time trying to play catch up. Now, I always watch back my videos because I learn from myself. It's funny because I'll do a video and then I'll watch it back myself and then I learn from it. Yeah, it reminds me of life when the house was full of kids and hanging out with the dogs. That is my life. Okay, right. In my opinion, Priscilla's actions have been appalling and intentional. She lacks empathy and believes that she deserves Elvis's adulation for herself. And this was a big part. This was a big part, guys, of my video yesterday, that Priscilla is being treated like Elvis. Yeah? It doesn't make sense. It's like an upside down world. This is why I was saying parallel universe. I wasn't trying to be weird. This is what I was trying to say, like alternate reality, like time travel. I wasn't being weird. I was saying that it is so ridiculous that Priscilla is treated like Elvis. So wherever she goes, people cheer, clap, whistle. She gets a silly amount of adoration. She's hounded by the press. They chase her down the road, taking pictures, demanding autographs on their books and pictures. And I'm like, how did that happen? How did that happen? How did the topsy-turvy world that we grew up knowing that this super talented, beautiful man with a heart of gold was literally hounded wherever he went. Obviously, Elvis was extremely polite, decent and genuine with the fans, always stopped for autographs, never would even think about charging for an autograph. And now, for the last 40 years, do you agree with what I'm going to say now? For the last 40 years, Priscilla has been treated like Elvis. Hounded, chased, autographs demanded. What do you guys think of that? This was the point of my videos yesterday. Doesn't make sense. What planet are we on? It doesn't add up. I could go on now. In fact, I may do. I could go on now, put in TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, Priscilla Presley, and they'll be chasing, not chasing, but sorry, my coffee's gone down the wrong hole. But they will be begging her for autographs, to sign pictures. The video I played yesterday morning, where she's at this Fan X thing, yeah, and they're cheering and clapping when she walks in the room. What is that? She's ex-wife that divorced him 4 years before he died, screwed him over on a divorce settlement, was really, really unfaithful, yeah, and they're all chasing her down the road like she's the new Elvis Presley. It doesn't add up. It's so unfair. It's just weird. I can't get it. I can't get my head around it. It just drives me insane. It's like, what happened? What happened? It's like, Priscilla, what happened? Isn't it? Like, anyway, let's keep reading. Can you shut the door, please? Thank you. So, in my opinion, Priscilla's actions have been appalling and intentional. She lacks empathy and believes that she deserves Elvis's adulation for herself. Erase Elvis, insert Priscilla. Look at that. This is Chrissy's email. Erase Elvis, insert Priscilla. That's what's happened, guys. Let's wait for the dogs to go. I'm glad they're gone. Right. So, erase Elvis, insert Priscilla. Chrissy, very clever. But that is what's happened. Could you imagine if Elvis was here watching the attention that Priscilla gets all around the world, in airports, walking down the street, at every event, you know, like personal appearances, people queuing up for hours to pay for her to sign autographs, at least $100 an autograph. Anything Priscilla, headline news around the world, anything. And, you know, a few of you have said to me, look, we need to cover other topics, which I'm definitely going to, by the way. Of course, I'm going to cover all topics. But Priscilla keeps coming back again and again. We got to cover it because we have to defend Elvis. You get it, guys? Let's carry on reading this email. So she probably thought that she deserved Elvis's estate, not Lisa. Now, that is a great point, yeah? If you think about how the divorce settlements eventually evolved, you got the first one, then the second one, which was severe and brutal and greedy, yeah? It is almost like Priscilla had the attitude of, well, you know what? I married you, I had your child, so everything you own should be mine. That is how it felt. Everything you own should be mine, not Lisa's. Mine. I will be the Queen of Graceland. I will represent Elvis Presley for the rest of my life. And I will live like a queen, like royalty, like the Kennedys. Till the day I die, I must be the most important thing on the planet. More important than Elvis, because look what I went through. I was the victim. Poor me. Poor me. Look what happened to my life. It was so bad. I was in a prison, even though I've worked out they were only together really for about a year. They got engaged in 66. They were married for around a year. She was unfaithful 9 months after the marriage. No, 11 months after the marriage. More than once, just after Lisa Marie was born. Then she went running down the roads with Mike Stone, the karate instructor, skipping down the road, knowing she was going to get an absolute fortune of money, property, cars, motorbike, etc. She knew that her life, she was sorted. Ha ha, I got married, I had his child, I'm fixed up for life. Yeah? Oh, and by the way, Graceland should be mine. I deserve it. Look what I went through. Come on, guys. I know she's not the queen. I'm making an example how she's been treated. Yeah, I understand the poisoned apple, the snow of Snow White. I get it. Right. Let's keep reading from Chrissy's email. She probably thought that she deserved Elvis's estate, not Lisa. So whatever she did to Lisa, her trust money was justified. She justified it to herself. Yeah, I deserve it. Some of you feel there was a lot of jealousy there because Elvis was so close to Lisa, had this beautiful bond with Lisa. Priscilla may have felt pushed out, less loved. Who knows? Who knows the true reason why Priscilla made those decisions to be unfaithful in the marriage? I was listening to the Kathy book was being read out on rare Elvis photos, yeah? And at one point she writes that Elvis and her had an open marriage. You know, this is so. What I'm saying is, once Priscilla has been, how can I say it, caught out with Steve Peck and Mike Stone, Elvis couldn't bear to go near her sexually, so he felt that, well, the marriage is off. I'll do what I want, and I think that's what he meant. I don't think he meant, you know, we've got this weird marriage where we're allowed to sleep with different people. I don't really think he meant that, because that isn't the way Elvis was wired. He was a very Christian man. He wouldn't have wanted that. What I do think in the Kathy book, when I was listening to rare Elvis photos, I think what he's really saying is we weren't together anymore. That's really what he was saying. Yeah, it wasn't that they had this agreement that they were going to both sleep with different people, because Elvis would never have accepted that. They were over after Steve Peck. Then they had this fake marriage, pretend marriage for a couple of years before she runs off with Mike Stone. That's just my opinion, guys. Let's keep reading. So at 79, Priscilla continues to create the false narrative. The latest was the Priscilla movie. Now, I could talk all day to you about that, but we've covered it. Should never have been made. Lisa Marie didn't want it made. When Lisa Marie passed, no way should have Priscilla carried on promoting that movie. No way. And it's a terrible film. Let's keep going. But all of a sudden it was, yes, Priscilla, a film all about me. I'm in the spotlight. I'm the center of attention. Come on. No thought of Elvis and how cruel that film was to him, how bad it made him look, how much damage it caused to his image and reputation. But not just that, how hurtful that film would have been to Lisa if she had lived. Also, how embarrassing that film is for Riley Keough, his granddaughter, for Finley and Harper, his grandkids. The film makes him look like a predator, like a drug addict, like a paedophile. That's what the film does. It bolsters Priscilla like the victim. Oh my God, she was in a prison. Her life was hell. It's just such rubbish. She lived like royalty. She lived like royalty. She should be praising the life. In fact, she does praise the life. She contradicts herself. Priscilla regularly says, oh, you know, I went through this, I went through that, I suffered, it was tough, it was hard, I felt like this wall was around me, I was controlled, I was groomed, I was told how to dress. She says all that. But then on another interview, she'll talk about how amazing it was, how great it was, how she loved Graceland. You go back, you will see Priscilla doing retro interviews in Graceland. A good example is Larry King's. Yeah, there's been many others. She'll walk around each room. Oh, I loved it in this room. You know, Elvis used to play pool, and you know, this room was used for entertaining, and that room, Elvis made an album in it. And oh, it was so great. You know, we'd all sit together and we'd have dinner. You know, we'd all sit as a family in the dining room. Elvis loved it. Elvis would sit at his piano and play. Yeah, she'd praise it all day long. She'll say how great it was. But then in the next interview, oh, I was in a prison. Things were so tough. I was so lonely. I'd lost myself. I needed to find myself. It's so hypocritical. So hypocritical. Anyway, why does the public fall for it? Why? So Priscilla continues to create a false narrative. Now, remember, she's bringing out another book. Now, let's hope, and I say this to Priscilla, if you're watching, please put things right. Please apologize to Elvis, apologize to the fans, apologize to Riley and Finley and Harper. Put things right. Use this book that you're about to write to make things right, to say sorry. At the moment, I'm not seeing any hint of an apology. I look at Priscilla's Instagrams, TikTok, Facebook, and I see the opposite. I see somebody who is poised to promote herself. Come to my shows. Come to my personal appearances. I see someone who's getting ready to be more famous, to promote herself even more. I don't see a grandmother who is slowing down, calming down, spending time with her grandkids, with Riley. And even the interview that we played yesterday, you know, the Fan X that was sent to me by, I think, Elaine, and the interviewer, no, the person that's sat with Priscilla, accidentally mentions the Oprah interview. Oh, I hear you're going to be on Oprah. She says it to Priscilla. Priscilla can't believe that she just said it because she doesn't want it mentioned. Priscilla doesn't want it mentioned that Oprah is interviewing Riley Keough. It's very obvious the Oprah and Riley Keough interview is all about Riley, Lisa Marie, Elvis, maybe a little nod to the twins and Benjamin. Obviously the book, the launching of the book. It's all good. Yeah. Now, if I was Priscilla, I'd be very, very proud that Riley is going to be interviewed on October the 8th by Oprah in Graceland. So when that person mentioned it, she should have gone, oh yes, you know, my granddaughter, she's been through so much. She's lost her mother, she's lost her brother. She's had these problems with the Graceland scammer. She's been through a very tough time. So have the twins. She should be like, oh, I'm so proud that she's going to be on the Oprah show. So finally she can get some praise for Riley as a human being. No, she shrugs it off changes the subject. Shrugs it off, changes the subject. Doesn't make sense, does it, guys? Did you lot watch it? Did you lot watch yesterday's live stream? Go and watch it. Yeah? And I tell you what, she shrugs it off, like changes the subject as quick as possible. No mention of Riley. Oh, yes, I think Riley may be doing it. Carries on talking to the next subject. She even says it under her breath. She mutters it. I think she's doing it. How can you think she's doing it? It's Oprah. It's been promoted around the world on every news channel, promoting this massive interview that is about to take place at Graceland. Oh, I think she's doing it. It just doesn't wet up. Hi, Nicola. You right, my mate? Right. I love those pictures you posted on Facebook yesterday. They were beautiful. Right. Right. So let's have a look. The latest, right. Elvis, bad guy. Yeah. So this is it. So Priscilla promotes Elvis as the bad guy, Priscilla as the victim. And then Chrissy has been looking at Priscilla's Facebook, and it always makes her look like the victim. I'm exhausted just reading all the events that she is traveling to. So yes, you go on her Instagram, and these events are everywhere. This is a busy woman. Is she quite 80 yet? Has she actually turned 80? This is a very busy woman with 3 grandkids. Yeah, I think a public falling out with Joe Weishankar, even though it's not been officially said. I think it's obvious that Priscilla has been outed from Graceland and has to now go on and face the future, promoting herself with all these different events to make money, because I think she's squandered all her money. I think her money has run out. And if you look up the Bridget Cruz lawsuit and the elder abuse lawsuit, you do get the feeling that Priscilla was in trouble financially. So I always judge people by their actions, and it's very clear that Priscilla has been massively promoting herself at all these different events to make money, because she needs the money, in my opinion. Now, Chrissy says, I'm exhausted reading all the events that she's traveling to, and then she lists the events in Hawaii, in Tampa, in Texas, in Washington, in Colorado, in Pennsylvania, North Carolina. Are you kidding? Chrissy says. I hope you don't mind me calling you Chrissy. And she basically says she needs more money. She's constantly, I need money. I need money. What is that? How many 80-year-olds do you know that are gagging for money, for spotlight, for fame, for attention? How many? Now, I know that at 80 years old, you can have a very full life. I'm not against the fact people turn in that, that are retiring in their 60s, 70s, 80s, even 90s. It's great to have ambition any age, but come on. This is Priscilla Presley. Surely she doesn't need to keep doing this amount of events. It reminds me of Elvis. Elvis at the end was still working very hard, yeah, because he had a lot of people relying on him. But come on, Priscilla. Elvis wasn't 80. He was 42 at the end. You're 80. It doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. Then she says she needs more money. Louis, where did all the money go? Yeah. She specifically mentions between 1982, so that'll be when she officially launches Gracelands, the Living Museum, even though we know it wasn't her idea, but she says it was. She says that she saved Gracelands. I don't believe it, but she says that she saved it. I just don't agree. In my opinion, for entertainment purposes. How was Lisa in debt? Is it because of Scientology? Was it because of Marco Garibaldi? Yeah? Guys, why do you think? I'm asking you guys. Why do you think Priscilla has lost all her money? Did she give it to Scientology? Did Marco Garibaldi squander it from her? Was it Barry Siegel squandered all the money when he was manager on behalf of Lisa Marie's trust? Yeah? Who knows? Where did all the money go, guys? Then she says, would you consider creating a few shorts to expose the truth and correct the false narratives? The ABC primetime special with Barbara Walters interview, Priscilla, this needs to be debunked with a short. So yes, I will. Chrissy, I will make some shorts and I'll do them. And the Barbara Walters interview that Priscilla had in, I think, was it 1985? Was it? I think, yeah, I'll have to double check the date. Yeah, I will, but we're still going to do part 4 and part 5. We're going to go through that whole interview. You know how I feel about the Barbara Walters interview. I think Barbara Walters was out of order. I think Barbara Walters did as much damage to Elvis's image and reputation and legacy as Priscilla. In fact, I think many of the interviewers that interviewed Elvis did a lot of damage to Elvis because the questions they were asking were disgusting, made him look bad, and all following the storyline of this book, which to me is fake. To me, this book is just full of lies, in my opinion. And every interviewer that used this book to ask questions, picked out their questions from this book, have been asking questions based on lies, in my opinion. So they've done a lot of damage, including Piers Morgan. Many of the interviewers, they're there with a knife, stabbing at Elvis, damaging Elvis with the help of Priscilla. Priscilla toying with the interviewers. Priscilla toying with the interviewers. Ha! I know they're going to ask the silly questions, and all I have to do is smile and nod my head. Yeah? This is the clever thing. I think even Navarone said it in one of his shorts. My mum told me that all she has to do in these interviews is wait for the questions to come and just nod and smile. Toying with the interviewers, many of them smitten with her back in the 80s and 90s. Yeah? I really believe that some of these interviewers were infatuated with Priscilla. So she toyed with them like Play-Doh. Just my opinion, guys. I'm done with my rant on a happier note. Now, this is a nice ending to this lovely email from CKC Design. Thank you, Chrissy. This is beautiful. She says, now, a few weeks ago, I mentioned that I wanted to do a review on the book, Elvis, What Happened? You know, the Red West, Sunny West, Dave Hebler. I was trying to get this book at a sensible price. In England, you can't get it cheap. It's like £60 to £100 for this book. So I kept saying I won't buy the book until I can get it cheap. And this is so touching and beautiful. So Chrissy says, I've ordered the book, Elvis, What Happened? For you. It arrived today, and I want to say thank you for all the great work you're doing with the channel. Do you have a post office box or a business address for sending packages to you? Take care, from Chrissa. Thank you. Chrissa has bought me a book, Elvis, What Happened? I'm 100%. I'm definitely going to review it. 100%. We'll go through each chapter. So, Chrissa, thank you so much. You're sending me a book from America. Thank you so much. Thank you. Honestly, it means everything to me. Any of you guys want to send me a book, the address is on my description. I will review it. I will go through it chapter by chapter. I really appreciate it. And anything you want me to review, if you want to write me a letter, because a lot of you prefer to write letters than emails. If you want to send me a letter, anything to do with Elvis, if you want to send me anything Elvis, I will review it on this channel, Defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth, and I will enjoy it. Yeah. And I really appreciate it. It's just very kind. Chrissa, thank you so much. Now, she's sent me a link on a video. Let me just click on it, see if it works. I need to find it.
Every time I create a video or talk about narcissism, I always have people in the comments asking.
All right, she sent me she sent me a video all about being a narcissist. All about being a narcissist. Do any of you think Priscilla is a narcissist? Look, I'll show you. I'm not going to play it because it's 11 minutes long. Are you a narcissist? 8 common traits of narcissism.
Every time I create a video or talk about narcissism, I always have people in the comments asking, wait, maybe the next trait is entitlement, which I feel like rolls nicely off of superiority, but people with narcissistic tendencies will feel entitled to your respect, whether or not they've earned it. They'll also feel entitled to an apology because you're completely in the wrong. Narcissistic tendencies, less serious.
Right, I'll play a bit of it for Chrissy. I didn't know that it was that video. Do any of you want me to play a couple of minutes of it? It gives me a chance to read your comments anyway. So shall I play a bit about what a narcissist is? Just for a giggle, yeah?
That they can continue upholding this facade of superiority. The next trait is entitlement, which I feel like rolls nicely off of superiority, but people with narcissistic tendencies will feel entitled to your respect, whether or not they've earned it. They'll also feel entitled to an apology because you're completely in the wrong. They're not in the wrong at all. They feel entitled to maybe a raise or a better position or to your seat on a plane. Someone with narcissistic tendencies will feel this sense of entitlement throughout their entire lives. The third trait, most common, is need for attention. I'm going to reference my notes because I don't want to forget any of this. Weddings, other people's birthdays, any big successes for people that are in the narcissist's life will be incredibly difficult for them, and they will do anything they can to turn that attention onto them because they can struggle to not be the full focus of a day or an event. When someone who's a narcissist doesn't get the center of attention, they can pick a fight. They can talk over the person who's, let's say it's their birthday and they're going to give a toast. They're going to stand up at the same time and try to talk over them to get the attention back. They might put somebody down. They can start a fight with other people or cause some other kind of drama, anything to shift the focus towards them and away from the person who's supposed to be the center of attention. The next trait that a narcissist can have is a need for control. And the reason for this intense need is because they want to keep this facade up, right, of being perfect and superior. And if they don't have full control, they can't do that. And so they'll use a lot of different forms of manipulation. One of those being gaslighting, right? You're not remembering it correctly. That's not what happened.
Okay, I'm not going to play too much of it, but what do you reckon, guys? Yes or no? Okay, right. I want to play one nice little clip, and then we're going to talk about Lorraine's comment that she has asked me. Lorraine Roberts, I don't think she's here. She's asked me to read it out. Normally I don't read Lorraine's comments because they're so long, and sometimes they can be a little bit close to the knuckle. Because obviously I don't want to come across hateful. I don't want people to think I'm trying to create hate or trying to stir up hate. I'm not a hate Priscilla channel. I don't want to hate on Priscilla. I want to defend Elvis. I want to say as much as I can to expose the things that Priscilla has done that I think are very unfair to Elvis and quite cruel. But I still don't want to make hate. We're not a hate channel. Yeah. So now let me just think who sent me the comment. Let's have a look. Right. Let's have a look. Okay, let's There was someone sent me. Actually, I might have put it on my storage. Let's have a look. Let's see if it's here. Oh, come on, it could have been. I'm trying to think who sent it me. Someone sent me just a lovely Riley Q. Let's have a look. See if I can find it. Oh, actually, no, I know where it was. It was on the Defending Elvis chat. Let's see if it's still there. Let's go back. It might not be there. If it isn't, it doesn't matter. We'll move on to the next one, but let's just have a quick look. No, it's not on that one. Let me try the other one. We've got 2 Defending Elvis chats. We've got one on my name, and we've got one on the Defending Elvis Facebook page. Let's see if it's there. I wanted to play because I liked it. Is this it? Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
1954, a young man from Tupelo, Mississippi, walked into Sun Records and changed music forever. That man was my grandfather. When you know, you know. When you know, you know. It kind of makes me laugh. Running down that path when you could just go. 'Cause when you know, you know. When you're old, you're old. Like Hollywood and me. With diamond on your ring. The soul that you bring to the table. One that makes me say, my grandfather was, you know, such an iconic, incredible performer.
The night may be dark.
I love that. Love it. Love it. But that's one of the ones I was going to play, but there was another one as well. Let's see if I can find it. It was the one where Lisa Marie is in concert, and then she stops and thanks the audience. But it's not here. I cannot find it. And one more look. If I can't find it, we'll move on. Let's have a look. Okay, here we go. Come on, where are you? I really wanted to play it as well because it was beautiful. I did actually store it to my things, so it was definitely on one of the chats. Do any of you remember? One last check on the storage. Let's see if any of you remembered. Okay, right. So let's go to it. One last look. Let's see if it's here. No. All right, doesn't matter. Right, I'm going to start reading this comment from Lorraine. Lorraine, are you on? You're probably asleep. Now, Lorraine messaged me. Lorraine Roberts. Some of you know her as Lorraine Chappell. So she, a very passionate subscriber, member, but also has her own Facebook, and I would say that she lives to defend Elvis and Lisa. She lives for it. Yeah. Now, sometimes her comments are a bit close to the knuckle, so I don't normally read them out. I'm going to start reading this for Lorraine because she specifically has asked me if I would read it to you guys. So please read it, she says to me. But part of it is we have a tough road ahead of us, and we're trying to convince millions of people who have been brainwashed and scammed by Priscilla. The truth is she isn't Queen of Graceland, isn't it? So right, let's start the comment. Louis, 95% of the people on Facebook that defend Priscilla, their biggest defense of Priscilla is yes, that she saved Graceland. Right, I'm going to comment as we go. So it's very obvious, and there's loads of video footage showing Priscilla launching Graceland. You know, she was the spokesperson. Not many know that she wasn't there at the opening day. How many of you know that? She launched it to the public, to the press, the paparazzi, looking stunning, proud, spoke on behalf of Lisa Marie, but she wasn't at the opening of Graceland. Now that makes no sense to me. You launch it, but you don't attend the opening. Doesn't that worry you? From day one, that worries you. Yeah? Where was she? Where was she? Yeah? So then we've got, now I keep saying this. We've proved that the idea, the concept of creating, oh, thanks, Sandra, that's interesting. Aunt Delta cut the ribbon. I've proved that it wasn't her idea. Not me personally. With documents that have been given to me, I think Amy Collett was definitely one of them. Lovely Amy. So I'd like to a nod to Amy. Thank you so much. That she definitely did not think up the idea of opening Graceland as a living museum. It was already in hand. Many documents and plans had already been drawn up. Not just Graceland as a museum, what was going to happen in front and around Graceland. So I thank Amy for that. She told me about this a few weeks ago. And we need people like Amy to give us information that we can share on defending Elvis Presley, to help us defend him. But she does take full credit for saving Graceland. I don't believe she did save Graceland. I believe that the Memphis were always going to keep Graceland, to honor Elvis, to bring tourism into Memphis. It was always in the process. I think one of you guys sent me a clip where $8.9 million was approved to enhance Elvis Presley Boulevard, things like that. But anyway, let's keep going. So I just don't accept that she created the Living Museum, that it was her idea, and that she saved Graceland. I think the public have been misled. And like Lorraine says, a big part of the way that Priscilla fans defend Priscilla is by saying, oh no, she saved Graceland's. She stopped it from being sold. She opened the museum, and the reason she opened the museum was to stop Elvis from being forgotten. And she says this in an interview in front of Lisa Marie. I opened Graceland's to stop Elvis from being forgotten. We played it yesterday on the live stream. Yeah? It's not true, guys. It's not true. It was going to happen. It was going to happen. Look at Morgan Maxfield. Jack Sodden was his assistant. Morgan Maxfield, Priscilla was engaged to him. He died in a plane crash. But there were other people involved. The Colonel, Vernon, obviously Memphis City. So when these people bring up the fact that Priscilla saved Graceland, it's not, in my opinion, it's not true. We're being misled. Right, okay, let's go to the next bit. This is Lorraine's comment, yeah? 95% of the Presley fan pages, administrators, monitors, and members believe Priscilla saved Graceland. This is partly why half of the Elvis Presley fan base put Priscilla on a pedestal, because they believe, I know that they say you're not going to right. So I often say I'm not going to whitewash Elvis. The reason I say that is this. I don't want us to be just hate Priscilla. I don't want to do that. Yes, I want to bring up all the wrongdoing in detail. But then I'm not going to say that Elvis didn't make mistakes. Elvis wasn't a human. Elvis didn't do things that the public may see as wrong. You know, could be unfaithfulness. He could have abused his medication. Yeah, maybe he was addicted to some of his medication. You know, I'm not going to like talk about Elvis like he's an angel floating in the sky. He did some things wrong. Sometimes he was unfaithful. He had a problem with his medication. And, but, so this is when I say I won't whitewash Elvis, because I will try and be as fair as we can. Otherwise, I just look like a hater. Otherwise, I just look like a Priscilla hater, and I don't want that. Right. So she says, I know you say you're not gonna whitewash Elvis, but here's the thing. People have whitewashed Priscilla. Now, that's a good point. If you're a Priscilla fan, I think you have ignored the wrongdoing that she has done for over 40 years. The wrongdoing of the unfaithfulness, the money grabbing, the cruelness to Elvis, especially in the divorce, the second divorce settlement, and her actions after Elvis died. Yeah. So she has been whitewashed. Many people don't even realize that she gave up the name Presley, even sold the name Presley to Bob Silliman. When Elvis Presley Enterprises was sold way back, I don't even know the year. Is it 2005? She sold the Presley name. He gave her a backhander. I think it was $6 million. You know, please verify this to me, guys. You know, I'm not an expert. I do get my facts wrong. She sold the name Presley, so she shouldn't even be using it. Anyway, and then she sold the name Priscilla years later to Bridget Cruz. Yeah, her name, image, and likeness to Bridget Cruz. This is all part of the ongoing lawsuit. Yeah, so let's keep going. So they remove you when you were right. So she's talking about other Facebook pages. Facebook pages have whitewashed Priscilla. They block you. They remove you when you were addressed the evidence of the proof of what the woman's done. Worst off, they celebrate Priscilla and Elvis's wedding day every year. My first post of pictures is of the wedding. So maybe the administrators don't even believe they're divorced, or some of them have even paid tribute to Dee Stanley and even look at the horrible things she publicly stated about Elvis's mother. Yes, and yes, you're not going to whitewash Elvis, but half of the Elvis community have excused, ignored, swept under the rug, trying to erase, not to be allowed to be mentioned on their Facebook pages because you get removed. If you do expose any truth about Priscilla, they remove you. She's done everything in favor of defending her blindly. So I will whitewash Elvis, but I understand why you won't, because half of the Elvis Presley fan pages who claim to be fans have whitewashed and excused everything. I'm a little bit confused by that, but I won't whitewash Elvis because I want to come across fair, and it doesn't make any sense to go, Elvis did nothing wrong, only Priscilla did wrong things. That ain't right. Come on. It's a bit like a parent trying to defend their kid when the kid's blatantly in the wrong. You know, you got to find it. It's got to be believable. Yeah, we're trying to convince Priscilla fans, non-Elvis fans, that Elvis isn't the person that he's been portrayed as. We're not going to do it if we only lean towards how can I say, if we insist on saying that Elvis did no wrong, no one's going to believe us. We have to come across genuine, and that is only going to work if we are honest and open-minded to that Elvis also made mistakes, I think. So Priscilla has done to Elvis and Lisa. That is not right. This is why I love what you're doing, because they believe the lie that she saved Graceland. So she gets a pass on everything she's done. But Elvis gets the blame for everything, from Elvis fans on Facebook accused and lied about by Elvis Presley fans pages on Facebook, who I meant to protect, defend the legacy of Elvis Presley, which they do not do. They defend Priscilla more than they defend Elvis. It's not just the media are the worst criminals. This is half of Elvis Presley's fan base. So yeah, if you're a Priscilla fan, you know, I have noticed, and I've got nothing against Priscilla fans. You're welcome on here, because we want to. I see Priscilla fans as a challenge that we can change your mind. We can change your mind and make you do some research. Understand there's a whole different side to the story, that this may not be true in our opinion, and that there may be more truth in this book. Yeah. So yeah, I accept the challenge of changing people's minds. Yeah, making people understand that the way Elvis has been treated since he died, and even before he died, has been very, very unfair, and it's just wrong. So I'm gonna have to come to the end of this comment, and I've got to go because my wife's messaged me, but we can come back and do some more. So particularly Facebook fan pages are some YouTube channels as well, because they allow people on their pages to say she was only 14, indicating that he is a paedophile. Yep. And I spent all day long arguing this point. You even have some YouTubers fabricating a lot of these lies and fabricating by Priscilla, including Elvis fake. There are some YouTubers that have done that as well. Priscilla and Stanley were in on the scam. More money coming into Graceland to prove whether he faked his death or not. Yeah, I mean, the whole fake death thing is just ridiculous. But okay, guys, so a bit complicated, but I think you get the idea. So I'm gonna have to go, guys. We've just had a morning coffee. We've been on an hour and a half. I'm finishing that now, yeah. We just had a morning coffee. Been on an hour and a half. Thanks a lot, guys. We're just really together having a coffee, just sort of finding our way through the mess and trying to defend Elvis together. We're doing it every day. So Chrissa, thank you so much, Chrissa, for sending me that book. If any of you want me to review any books, send them to me, guys. I'll go through them chapter by chapter. Anything you want to send me, my address is on the description in my YouTube channel. If you've enjoyed what I do, please send me a coffee, hit the coffee button. And if you want to be a member, click the members button. It's $1 a month, it's nothing. I do like it when you guys thank me. It means a lot to me. So we'll be back later in a couple of hours. I'm going to come back. We're going to pick a topic and we're going to go through a different topic. And if any of you want to write to me a letter, please feel free to write to me. I quite enjoy reading letters. It's fine. Take care, guys. You're the best. Send you all love. We'll be back in a couple of hours. Yeah? Thank you, guys. Send love to all of you. Bye, guys.